Here we are, it's Friday on the Westfalia van. What did I do this week? I got quite a bit of welding done. It's a weld week. So I got this side panel, looking down here. Got this side panel installed into it, and it actually came out nice. All this practicing, I'm getting slightly better at this stuff than I was. So I'm kind of happy with that. Let me see, I'll see if I can get this camera to go the way I want it to. There. Sometimes this camera just drives me nuts, but everything does. Now, this week I got that done, and then I went to work over on the other side here by the back window. Oh yeah, and I popped out the window. Oh dear, I moved that door out of the way. So the door's right here, and it's pending repairs. Now, I likely will, I talk about not taking out that window, but I likely will have to take that window out. I definitely have to take the window out over there. This window's in the shop, on the other shop, and I didn't even break it. Yay. The last time I took out a window, it was a disappointing thing. So I want to get that. And the tailgate window, I can see through that on the metal part, which isn't what it's supposed to do. And then up here, I was hoping I wouldn't have to take out the windshield, but I kind of poked a screwdriver right through there, so it'll go right through to the other side. So I guess the windshield's got to come out so I can fix up any rust underneath it. And what else? That window over there, likely the same story. It looks okay, but I bet you it isn't. And if I put new rubbers on everything, that wouldn't hurt anything either. So I'll just keep at it. We'll just, one at a time I'll go. I'll fix this window up for rust. I'll fix that window up for rust. Then I got to do this quarter panel down here, which isn't too tough to do. And that one there. And bottoms of the front doors. In the wheel well of the front door needs help. And that's getting down, that'll get pretty skinny on the rust work. Anyway, that's it for this week. We'll hope you enjoyed the video. Like it, subscribe, do all that kind of stuff. And come on back for more. Stick around, you'll see it all. Bye for now. Oh yeah, so here we are. Well. New week. Now I've got to finish welding that in to the wall panel there, which is not too tough to do. But at first I want to put in this, you see right over there on that part of it, there's that stain on the wall there. That's where this thing here used to sit on there. And so it's an extra piece, a strength piece along there to keep the panel from bending in, I guess. So I'll remake this. It's pretty kind of a complex piece because it's got this a bubble on the one side of it, hey? What do you call that? Oh well, I don't know the name of it, but I imagine we'll get it figured out with that thing right there somehow. And then it's got all these bends and curves on there to keep it, make it a strong piece of metal, but it's only like very light gauge stuff here. So I'll see if I can get a piece of metal and make a new one of these. Yeah, so there now I made a rail, right? The rail I've made is longer than the one that I have here because I want to be able to cut some tabs out of the end of it. Now I've got to weld this together right here, a little bit wider gap there, but I'll weld this together. I've got it clamped onto the table so that it's all straight and level. And then I'll weld it together here, both outside and inside. Then I'll cut it to be the right size because I got to cut this thing here so it goes like that. And I'm pretty sure it was at the same at the other end, cut like that, yeah. So that's got to be cut into it, and then they got to make some tabs on it. So I'll figure out this length. Oh, sorry, from here to here, that'll be a length, and then I'll put that in the middle and then start cutting the tabs and make it so it fits. Then it'll go up against the wall, and I'll have some of this, I've got some of this sponge tape to put behind it, and that'll make it so that it sort of won't rattle, I hope, because in the original one it had some, like there was tape along in here. So I'll see if I can do the same. I won't try and make those things along there. Maybe I will. I'll see when I get it welded together how I feel about it. There's these divots that give it a little bit more strength, but it's harder, it's stronger material because it's just heavier material. Anyway, that's what I'll do. Yeah, so there's my strength piece welded together right here, and it's nice and strong. Now here's where, so I've got this thing lined up right next to it, which is the old piece that came out of there. This end here was actually all right, but anyway, I'll put a new piece all the way across. And then I marked here where it's got this hoop-de-doo thing in it, the cutout. So there's a cutout that goes like this here. You can see that. And that'll be on down here. So I'll cut that into it, and then I'll start figuring out how long it's got to be. So I went and painted a black stripe across there where the where it's going to go, so that it won't be sitting up against bare metal. And then I'll put some of this double-sided tape on the inside of it, and it'll stick to the wall, and then be welded in there and hold the strength in there. I hope. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so where am I here? Pointing the wrong way. Oh. Yeah, right here. So right here on the back side is where that bar goes across, and I'm going to weld this up in here so that it don't be melting everything when I put the bar in there later. The bar can be in there forever without getting welded on. Same thing here, I'll weld it up between here and here, and that way the bar comes across right there, and maybe that'll straighten out the wall a bit. We'll see, but it'll give it a help anyhow. Yeah, so there's that little bit welded up there, and same over there. Now I didn't want to weld the whole thing in because I want to get that piece of support behind there before it starts warping on me, and that might help it from not warping along these things here, but we'll see. I don't think this one will warp because it's right here on a bend there, and that's a strength. But you never know. We'll see what happens. I was pointing the wrong place. Like up here, there's a body line, a bend in the body up here that might keep it from warping along that edge. But we'll see what happens as I go along. Yeah, there it goes. That's that worked. So it actually, I'll show you from the other side, but it makes that wall straight on the far side, or on the back, on the front side. Which is the front, which is the back, I don't know. So I'm pretty satisfied with that little bit of a work there. I'll show you from the other side here. Hang on. Well, I'll just walk around with you. See what's over here. Now, here. So you see there used to be a little bit of a hump in there, but now it's nice and smooth all the way along like that. Strength piece is right here, and that brings it out to the right, what do you call that? Brings it out nice and flat here, right along here. Now down here still there's a problem because it's a problem, but I'll have to just do the best I can there. I might be able to get that pushed out from the inside. I'll see what I can do before I get too much welding on it. But for the most part, it'll come together all right. See how it works. Yeah, I've got my Porta Power thing, you know, that thing that I use for spreading. I can use that. I'll put that up against that crease there and just push on there, and that might just then start welding on it after that. And that might just make it so that it sits right. Because that, once it's welded together, that ridge at the bottom should hold it, you know, with some rigidity, right? We'll just see. Okay, that's all for today. So maybe, well, I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now. Yeah, so picked up a new lens for this camera today. That's what it looks like without the lens. Now, hang on a second, I'll see what happens when it looks like with the lens. So that's what it looks like with the lens. Now, don't know if that's any better or any worse. I'll take a little bit of video out here and just see. It's like a wide angle lens, so you get a little bit of distortion around the edges. I'll come over here where it's always, everything was always close up here, eh? I can do closer up. That's with the lens, right? Pull this off of here. That's without the lens, yeah, so you get quite a bit of difference on it. Is that in the right spot? Yeah, I guess it is. I think I'll leave the lens on for a little while and see what happens. Okay, there you go. Here I am now. I've got the, you can see that over there, that white bar is jammed in against the wall, and then I've got the porta power pushing on it here. So that's actually pushed out the, I'll show you on the other side here, push the wall out nice and straight. Now the trick will be to, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to, like now, that's a nice straight line there, and everything looks good. So what I'll do is I'll, where am I here? I'll weld along this line here, all the way down, and then see what happens, see if it holds its shape after I weld it. If it does, that'd be great. If it not, I'll put a brace in behind there to hold it out somehow or other, like another brace like the one that I built for up here. Actually makes it kind of nice. So either way, it'll get held out nicely, and that'll take away a lot of that body work that I have to do. Yeah, so did you get any of that, or just imagining it? Anyhow, I've got the porta power in on the other side pushing on the wall here, so it's nice and straight. You can see that it's pretty straight now compared to what it used to be. And so I'll weld this seam down here and then see how it comes out, see what happens. Yeah, so here we are. Now, I've got this seam welded in down here, and I haven't touched the top seam yet, haven't got there, but I still have the pressure on from behind, so I'm going to go let the pressure off and just see what happens when I let the pressure off. And that seam over there is pretty well done. Needs a little bit more attention, but I'll get to that soon. Yeah, so there's my porta power thing. I'll just let the tension off and see what happens. It comes back some, but I think I've achieved my goal there. I'll check it out from outside. See what happens. Looks good from in here. We'll see what it looks like on the outside. Up and down, up and down. I have to climb a ladder to get in. Here we go. See how things turned out on the other side. Holy boy. That came out most satisfactory. Like there's a little bit of a dip there, but I can live with that. It won't go in anymore. It's solid. Yay, that worked. Now I've got a few pinholes that I can see here that were being covered by that inside, but I didn't want to weld over here yet because it was pushing hard on that right there. Yeah, you can see that? Right there was pushing hard. Pinhole there, you know. A bunch of them along here that I'll look after. Huh. Well, that's very satisfying. I'll put a straight edge on that and just see how satisfying it is. 1 second. Find a straight edge and see. Here's a straight edge. Yeah, a little bit of air underneath that, but I can happily fill that with, there's pretty good air underneath here. And that's, where's the brace? The brace is right there. That's pretty flat where the brace is. I don't know if I put another brace down here, it would flatten that out. That one there is pretty good. Huh. Well, I don't know. I think I'm pretty satisfied. I filled that up. Put a bit of Bondo in there and that'll work that. Well, it's got to have that seam filler stuff, seam fiberglass waterproof stuff on there, on the seam. And then that'll fill up some of it. And the rest I'll just put in with Bondo. We'll just see. Anyhow, a couple of pinholes to fix and I think I'll be happy with it. There you go. Yeah, now this one here, I'll just weld along that top seam now, and then I have to do some plug welding on the inside here and plug welding on the inside there, then cut out that ugly bit of weld that I have down there, just holding it. So, actually, I'm getting to be fairly happy with this job. That's good for me. Yeah, so here's some live action welding on the top bit here. See if I can get this set right. That looks like it's pointing in the right direction. So I'll just weld across the top seam. I've done a few passes already. And it's warm enough now that I can do it again. Yeah, so there now, like I went, that was three passes, then I let it cool off for a little bit. But I'm gonna grind it down now to make it easier to see where I haven't welded yet. But you can sort of see the places where the light's coming through there, and that's where it needs to be welded. But when you're up close, you can't see that so easily, especially when I'm reaching far across. So I'll do a little bit of grinding on it and then see where it goes from there. Yeah, so now it's back to welding again. Hello!
Hey, it's Dennis. How are you?
You good? Hang on.
Back at it?
Back at it. Got everything going. Yeah, so now, where am I? I knocked the tops off those welds, and I can see which ones I need to weld in between. So now I'll just carry on welding. A little bit of live action here. Yeah, no more grinding. Yeah, so am I recording? Yeah. Looks not bad. Not bad at all. Now I still have to fix this whole hole here up, which is on the list. And what have we got over here? I think I'm all okay. Yeah, pretty good. A little bit of body filler here is going to fix this up. Like you can feel that lump right there from when I was wheeling it. But for the most part, it looks like it's supposed to look. I'm quite happily pleased with that. And there's the groove all the way along there. Can you see that? Cool. Anyway, there you go. That wall's back in. Yeah, so now what's next? Well, I took a look back here. A light right through there. Wait a minute, I'll get that light turned away. There, now better, right? So I took a look back here, and this is where the door slider stuff, right? And this window here, and there's a hole here, and there's a hole here. I think that's really the only two bad ones. There's a little bit right there. So I took off this bit. Let's have a look at this bit. This is the little panel that covers it all, and it's like in brand new condition. I don't know why, but it's like brand new. Not even a speck of rust on it anywhere. So I'm just going to safely put it right back here, where I won't wreck it right away. And it's held by a screw right here at the back, and then another screw right here, Phillips screws that are just like that, little things with a washer on them. So I'll put these back into their little holders soon before I lose them. And then to get the window out, I'm going to put new rubbers in it. So to get the window out, I'm just going to cut away the old rubber, which actually is very, very easy to do. You just take a utility knife and slide it along on the inside of that right there. Did you see that? Like slide it along there. Yeah, you saw that. Then you can pull it off, right? So I'll finish off doing that, and then I'll see about just popping that window out of there, and then we'll have a look at what we need to do. Yeah, so that came out pretty easy. There's last time I took a window out, there's the window there. Last time I took a window out was the windshield of the Triumph TR7, and that was a bad experience. Well, it wasn't a bad experience, it's just that the window broke and I didn't have a window. So all this rubber stuff is off, and I'm going to get new rubber, so that goes into the very special container right there. I'm just going to do one window at a time, kind of go around and see what I can come up with. I won't put them all. I'll have to put a marker on that window there to know what it is, but it looks like not that bad. I'll be able to fix this up here. I think somebody fixed a bit there before. But now, next thing I want to do is take off this door here and just get that out of the way so I can fix up this stuff around here and anything else that needs fixing around this part. But that looks like it's going to be less work than I thought. I can just fix up those little bits and it'll be quite happy. Now in here is more work than I thought, but all this stuff here, I'll get the what do we call the needle scaler out, and I'll just hit all that with the needle scaler, and down here too. Now I don't know, I think this part here is sort of on there forever. I don't know, I'll look on the inside and see what's on behind there. Anyway, that's a good start. So the window's out. I'm gonna put it somewhere safe and put a mark on it so I know what window it is. Yeah, there, you missed that. That all happened pretty fast. I was just experimenting and all of a sudden the door was off. So it's actually not too tough to get the door off of these things. This is the roller thing, right? And it rides on this rail right here. This is the roller thing, right? Rides on this rail right here. There's a cutout in the rail about halfway along here, just about there. And you slide the door back until you're at that cutout. Then all you do is lift up the back of the door. Just lift it, like it's pretty simple. You lift it up, and this thing here will just flip right off of there because it's only just a little roller thing underneath there. Can you see that? And so, then, once that's off, then you let it tip down, and this top roller will just sort of, the top thing here, that thing there will just fall out because it just slides in that thing there. Then I just undid the 3 screws down here on this one, and the door fell off. Don't you know? Now getting it back in might not be so easy because it'll take 2 people, I'm sure. But anyway, that wasn't too tough to get done. Now I have to lift it up and carry it away somewhere. That may be a little bit more difficult. Now I don't know that I have to do anything up here because it doesn't look like there's any rust along there. So that door may stay intact, and I'll just fix up the down bits there. I don't know what to do about I'm thinking about changing the rubbers, but if that one's sealed well, and I want to check the other side, what's going on the other side. What's happening on the other side? Like this one here, there's no rust on that one either. So I might be able to get away with just changing these things in here or cleaning it up and letting it be, because the less windows you have to take out, the better as far as I'm concerned. Now this one back here, I'll have to take this window out because there's rust along here. So I'll take that out and I'll fix the rust and then put the window back in with a new sealer. But those other windows they're not leaking anywhere. This one here, you can see right through. So I definitely have to put a new seal here and fix up that door. This door here needs fixing down at the bottom, but otherwise it's in good shape. So I'm not going to get too involved in it unless I find, what you find underneath other paint. So we'll wait and see. Yeah, so I took off this seat or whatever it is, armrest over here, right? It was right here. And in behind that was a whole bunch of stuff, including maybe, where am I? Canadian Tire money. 50, 60, 70, 85 cents. Wow, 25, 35, 45, 50 cents. 50 cents of Canadian Tire money from, I don't know when, plus a bunch of receipts and things from about 2006. So it was used in 2006 to go and pick up parts for a Ford, because the receipts for a Ford. Now, what do you know? There's a windshield washer thing right there. See that? That's for the rear window washer. Isn't that something? I have to take that out so I can get access to down below here, and I'll start fixing rust. This one here, look at that. There's my finger, right? Don't want to see that. But that's not too bad. This panel here, easy to fix. Never going to be seen, so it's not that critical to be real pretty. And this panel here, I think I can fix that all right. And it won't be seen either, and it's not critical to be pretty. The inside seems to be rust free. The outside got some rust on it. Now, I don't know, this panel, this roller thing seems to be hooked right through to the inside with spot weld or something, so I'm not gonna, I'll never dig that out of there, and I'm not really gonna try to. So I'll try to patch up what I can here and make it so the roller works okay. Anyway, there you go. I'll carry on. Yeah, so there now I did the old cutting. I cut out this little bit here. I'll save that piece so I know what the direction of the angle it's got to be, or the curve. Then I cut a little bit deep there, so I'll have to re-weld that in there somehow. And then over here I cut this bit out here, and I also saved this little piece here so I know what it's got to be bent like, curved like. And otherwise I think I'm okay. I don't think I have to cut anything else out around the windows. A little bit of rust up here, I haven't checked it out yet. I'll do some grinding up there and see. Down in here I cut away a big bit here that was all rusted and pitted. So, and then I'll see what I can do about putting a new piece back into here. If I can get a new piece back into here, then I don't have to worry as much about the one down here, that I can sort of figure out how to get it done down there. It used to be a solid piece underneath here, but I don't want to get into that. So I think what I'll do is I'll put a flange and sort of spot weld it on there for here, and then this part here can go weld it right to there. I didn't cut any of these things on the way by, which is fortunate, and it's a wonder I didn't cut anything there. And those things, that's the tube for the back door window washer, and this is the electricity for the back door window washer. Anyway, that's all for today. I'll see what I can do about starting to fix this tomorrow. See you then. Yeah, so here we are. Got the lowrider here today. Down as far as it'll go, onto the ground. Now, this bit here, I think I just started working on this yesterday. So I cut out this bit here, a little bit of work to do on the inside panel right here. But down here, to get this part up underneath here, it's going to take a little bit of an angling. So what I'll do, even though this is perfect, there's nothing wrong with this, I'm going to cut this across here and down here, about that much of it, and then I'll weld the bottom bit in here, and I'll put this piece back into it again afterwards, because that's the only way I can get into there without doing headstands, I guess. And I don't want to take like this, as you can see, it's spot welded here and here and here onto to hold this bracket on, and I don't want to change that bracket. I want that to remain the same. So I'll cut it here, I'll cut it here and across here. Maybe I'll mark that, and then I'll put that, just keep that piece and put it right back in after I'm done fixing the outside. How's that sound? Then as far as up here, there's a little bit of rust right there, so I'm going to cut a bit of this, just a bit of this out, and make it right. Anyway, there you go, that's a plan. Yeah, now here. So, that light's shining right in my eyes. See it? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Anyhow, so I cut out a little bit here, and I cut out a bunch there. Then I'll look at it from the inside here. So here, there's a piece that goes on the outside first, up underneath here somewhere, and then there's a piece on the outside that goes here. This piece here that I cut out, there's nothing wrong with that, so I'll just stick it right back in there. don't lose this piece. But this other piece here, where am I? Pointing the wrong way. Oh, too many hands. This piece here, I think that's an outside piece. Yeah, this piece here is an inside piece, a little bit rusty there. So I'll put a new piece in on the outside first, and then on the inside for this whole bit here. Am I pointing the right way? Yeah. There, try pointing up the right way. So this whole bit here needs to have a new piece in it, outside and inside. This piece here, outside only, and then the new piece, the old piece, can go back into right here. Okay. Anyway, that'll be a plan, and then I was thinking about that, and it'll just make it right. Yeah, so now down in here, underneath, I don't know, can you see that? There's a little bit underneath here that's, how far back did I come with this? Only to here. But in here, the little bit needs help in there too. I'm going to clean that off because it might be just pitted. There's one whole hole right through there. And what's on this side of it? Quite a bit of action on this side. And I don't really want to get into the action on that side if I don't have to. So I'll just clean that off and see what it comes out like. Yeah, so it's so easy to cut and move stuff out, but then it's not so easy to get it back in there right. So this is pitted pretty good here, but I think it's okay. On the other side it feels okay, and it's one spot here was right through from, I think that was from when I was using the needle scale on it. So I'll drill a hole there and just I'll just see if I can fill that with weld so that it's back to being one piece. And this pitted bit, I'll put some black paint on it. That'll stop it from, that's direct to rust paint. Then up here, I'm gonna do this chunk here first, right here. Then I'll do this chunk here to here, and then I'll fill in this bit here. That's a plan, because it might be a bit difficult getting this one here to fit in, because it's all right down to the back of that. Anyway, this one here I'll weld from the outside here. This one here I'll weld from half of it from the outside and half from the inside, and then this one here is welding from the outside. I'm gonna have to cut this off up here. Oh yeah, more cutting yet. I'll just cut this off up here because that's not much left of there. Okay, I'll cut that off and then I'll get started on making pieces. Yeah, so here's the first piece going back in. I've got it tacked along the top here. Now I'm going to cut along the bottom, but it's going to be touch and go there, because when I cut that, it's not going to be at a 45-degree angle, so there's going to be a fairly wide gap to fill there. I'll just see what happens. I'll try and cut it as straight across as I can and see if we can get it in there. If the other option is just to lap weld it on there, which might be a good option. And that would give it some strength on everything. I think about it a bit before I do it. Yeah, so it's Wednesday anyhow. That's about as much as I'll get today. A little bit short day today. I should be out here tomorrow, all right. See how it goes. And I'll think about that bit over there overnight before I make it a permanent thing. Anyway, there you go. That's it for today. See you tomorrow, I hope. Yeah, so back on the task at hand here. Now this is pretty ugly welding in there, but I think it's solid. There's a couple of spots where I'll have to just fill in, but I'm going to grind that off. I won't grind it too much, just make it look a little bit better, take the tops off, and then see how it looks after that. Do a bit more welding on it, and then we'll call it okay, because I think it's going to be okay. Yeah, so there's piece number 2 going in. So now that goes along, there's a bend right there, you can see how it bends on. So when I go and put in piece number 3, which will be along here, so this one here, I'll cut butt it here, and down here I'll just butt weld it there the way it is right now, and over here it'll butt weld it in. So now I'll get that started, then I'll build a piece to go in there. I see it coming along. Oh yeah, I better catch you up on it here. So I don't know if you saw it, but this piece here went in, this piece here, this piece went in. A little bit more welding to do right up top there. Then this piece is next. I haven't cut and butted there yet, but I've welded it along the inside here, which is kind of a show there. But I'll clean that up, and then I'll likely just put another piece in here. Whoops, where am I pointing? You can't point with the camera hand, right? So I'll put another piece in here on the inside and just sort of lap weld it on there. I think that'll make it reasonably good. And then this thing down here, which I did save the piece, it'll go back in after I put that piece in there. Yeah, but there we go. Was that pointing the right way, I wonder? I think so. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that nothing along here will qualify for the Pretty Welding Award, but it's welded together. That's pretty hot. So I'll get this grounded down, and I still have to do a patch in here yet, which comes half from the outside and half from the inside. Anyway, it's all coming together all right, so I didn't notice this up here. Not so all right. Might have to do a little bit more cutting on the bottom there to get that exposed a bit. So I'll do that. Oh yeah, so there. That's enough for today. Got the, I'll get this one here tomorrow. And I did get it cut out far enough to repair all that in there, in behind there. And not so bad looking from the inside. Oh, I'll have to show you. Yeah, not as bad. Where is it? Right there. Not as bad looking from the inside as it was from the outside, so that's okay there. Although the guys previous did know there was a problem there, and they shoved this, where is it? Here we are. This conglomerate down the throat of it. Don't know what. Anyway, that would be that. It pulled out pretty easily. So it goes right into that place right there. If I'm pointing the right way, yeah. There, garbage can. Anyway, so Thursday today. I'll see you again tomorrow, and then we'll get a video out, I think. Anyway, all for today. See you later. Bye. Yeah, now here I am. It's Friday, and I'm working away at this stuff here. Now this stuff here, down here, that's all pretty boring to do down there. So I'll make I'll see if I can make this curved piece here, which is more fun, and I'll make a curved piece for over on this side here, which isn't so much of a curve, and see how they turn out. Then I think I will cut out that little bit right there, put just one piece of metal in there, and same thing here, I'll put one piece of metal in there, and that should make it better. Same right here a bit. This one not so bad, like that one there, like you can live with it. Maybe I'll put a bit of weld on there and grind it off. This part here, I should get the little grinder in there and just see how that comes out. I think it's okay, but I'll clean that up a bit before I start doing, where am I pointing? Pointing the wrong way. So this bit here, I'll clean that up a bit in there before I do anything drastic to it. Yeah, here now, I got the, what's going on? There, that's better. So I've got this shrinker stretcher here, and I've got my little, there's the curve that I want it to be, right? And here's what's that now. Now I went and I hit it right away with this shrinker, and it should have been a stretcher. This machine here, now every time I have to change it from shrinker to stretcher, you got to change these heads. I got that on sale at Princess Auto for a pretty good price. So I'm going to wait until next time they're on sale. I'll get another one just like it, and then I'll have a put the right heads on each side, so I don't have to change heads all the time. Anyhow, I'll give this a go with the stretcher here. See what happens. Hang on. Yeah, that's pointed about the right spot, right? What the hell goes on now? There. How about that? Right there. Anyway, now I've got my little piece of metal in here where I want it to be, and I'll start stretching this. Just move it a tiny bit each time, each way, and see if we can get it to make the curve I want. Now it's starting to make a curve now, but I want it more towards this end of it right here. That's starting to make a curve there now. It might be just about enough. Yeah, it looks about right there now. Just a bit. Yeah, I think that's about where it wants to be. Can you see all that? Just about where it wants to be. Now I'll check it out in here. Where are we? Right here. And I'll trip over stuff. Yeah. Nothing like tripping over stuff. That's pretty close to being in the right spot there. Hang on. Right there. Some days. Yeah, it's pretty close to being right. So now, I have to just take a little bit off the bottom of that right there. And then, just that little bump that I made there. Then I'll have to fill in a little bit here. That's okay. Okay, so now I'll just clean that up on the grinder a bit, and then I'll get it test fitted and show you what it looks like. Yeah, where am I pointing here? Right there. So I've got it held on with a magnet, and I'm pretty happy with that fit right now. This thing here, I'll just have to pound it in a little tiny bit. Maybe I didn't need a little bit more grinding right there. I'll just grind that off a tiny bit more before I weld it into place. And that'll be good. Yeah, now here. So that looks very nice there now. I'll just weld that in, or spot weld in a couple of spots, and I'll build this piece over here. See how that goes. Yeah, use the right terms. So I'll tack weld this in a couple of spots. Then I'll build a piece for over there. And we'll see how that goes. Yeah, there it is. So it's tack welded in there, just 2 spots. But it fits just the way you want it to fit. That will make the window fit in there well. Now, this part here has got more of a hoopy thing to it. And it's a bit wider out to the front here. So what I'll do, I think, is I'll make a little flange, the proper size flange for it, and then I'll see if I can weld on a piece for the outside here, and then put make the piece up on the bench, and then see if it'll fit in here. We'll see what happens. That's pretty close to right there, but I think I need more of a curve right here again to make it sit right. So I've got it tacked on there, so I'll just break that off and put a bit more curve right here. See if that'll make it better. Yeah, so now I've discovered that it's got a curve around that way, and also like this. So I got to do that on the inside here, and it's got to be To make that curve, we got to shrink this inside stuff. That'll be interesting. I'll try and do that. And now I have to change the heads on this thing again to put the shrinkers on. Yep. Yeah, there, that's hot in there now. And pretty good fit, not perfect, a little bit low on there, but I'll fill that with weld. And then down here, don't know how I do it, but cut it too short, right? And then I've got to put a little triangle piece in there. So this side here, pretty near perfect fit. Now I need another little piece right here. So I'll get these things I'll get that piece in and welded. I'll put a little tiny piece in here for the filler and get them all welded in. That one, and that one. And then I'll show you how it looks after I do a bit of grinding on it. Anyhow, going along pretty good. Yeah, there. Now it's mostly grounded down, except for I went and chased around a couple of pinholes and fixed them. And so pinhole, and a couple along here. But mostly it looks pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. The curve to the window looks right-ish. This one here looks right. So I think we're good that way. And this thing here, I cleaned that all off. It's okay. There's nothing wrong up there. Just a bit of surface rust was on it. So I'll finish cleaning this stuff up and then I'll fill in this boring bit down here. Then I have to do the inside. Yeah, here we go. I think I've been taking pictures instead of been taking videos. Anyway, it's Friday and pretty well done for today. So this may be a take 2 here. I don't know if I have it already. Was working on this stuff here and got along pretty well. So there, looking all right, and I'm kind of happy with it. Fixed it up around here and did all the grinding down and fixed it up around there and ground it down. This part here is going to be hidden, so I'm not too worried about grinding on that. And this part here still have to fix. So, but that'll get done next week. So that's it for this week. I'll see you soon. Yeah, so that's the Norwegian Princess, I think. Okay, about 3,000 passengers on there, 1,500 crew. Heading into Charlottetown for the day. Yeah, so sometimes stuff does happen on the beach. There's me and a dog. And 3,000 of my best friends on that cruise ship out there. Hey, there's a doggy. Having a nap in the sand. That's the most action I've had on the beach in a long time, is watching this guy come in. Anyway, there you go. Another cruise ship comes in. I'll just give you the rest of the look back here. Nothing happening back here. Except for mosquitoes today. Lots of mosquitoes today. Usually there's no mosquitoes here. Don't know where they're all coming from. Must be a hatch. So there we go. I guess we'll see you the next time.